Hi everybody, it's me Bonbon and welcome back to another video on my channel. Meet Peepers. I had a lot of requests from my last video that you guys wanted to see my bird, Merlin, so I'm actually going to go grab him now. This is Merlin. He's super duper cute. He's a cockatiel and he's about 3 years old. He's quite grumpy and he doesn't really like being handled very much, but he's a cute little guy. I love him a lot. This video is about how to make friends online. So I'm nearly 20, I'll be 20 in December, and I've been using the internet since I was about 11. So I've been online for quite a long time, and in that period I've made a lot of online friends. So I would like to say that I have a few helpful tips and tricks if you're relatively new to the internet and you're not too sure how to go about making a friend group or even where to start looking for friends. The internet's a very big, daunting place, so it can be quite hard to figure out how to go about meeting people. So that's what I'm here to do today. These are, again, just tips and tricks. Everybody has their own way of doing things. A lot of the friends that I've met online, I met in really unconventional ways, like through fanfiction forums or through friends of friends, etc., or Minecraft. But these are just some tips to help you get started on building online relationships with people, because it's quite tricky. So hopefully it helps you, and always feel free to share your tips and maybe stories on how you met your online friends down in the comments, because I'd really love to read some of those. So let's go. Tip number 1, social media. Now, I know that might sound quite vague, since you probably all have social media. I mean, if you have a YouTube account, that's technically social media. But what I mean by social media is making an online account that you want to share with the rest of the world. We all have our private and personal Facebooks or Instagrams or Twitters, and they might have, our real life friends or our families on them. We might not want online friends from like communities and fandoms to know our real names or know our address, at least right at the beginning of a friendship. So it's important to have a social media account that is you but has a little bit more anonymity, just to protect you in the first few months of knowing somebody. My favorite social media site to use is Twitter, because it's text based. I also like Instagram, but that is image based and it is quite hard to communicate with people on Instagram. I prefer Twitter because it's one big feed, it's based around people talking to each other, it's very easy to find things, and I just like Twitter a lot. If you're unfamiliar with my Twitter, it should be somewhere maybe here, maybe on Merlin, perhaps. My DMs are always open, I'm always up for chatting, I love making new friends, so if none of these work for you and you're feeling a bit lonely, come into my DMs and I'll always talk to you. So you have your Twitter account. What do you do with it? Well, my advice would be to try and make an account that's as welcoming as possible. So that can mean maybe having a nice layout. A layout is just a profile picture and then the banner that goes behind the profile picture. If those are kind of matching or aesthetically pleasing, you might find that people are more drawn to your account. Yes. Having a nice bio too that explains a little bit about you, maybe about the things that you like, who you are, like maybe your age or where you live, country-wise, not like exact address, but the name, just a little brief description about you that makes you come across as somebody who's quite inviting. You've got your account, but what do you post? And how do you actually take it from just a plain empty account to an account that has followers, following, and people that you talk to, mutual friends? That's the tricky part, and that's what I'm going to be talking about now. Number 1, follow people. My advice would be just key in some search terms for things that you're interested in and go to people, and then you should see a bunch of people and you can just read their bios, see who they are, and what kind of content they post. But I recommend just following a bunch of people that you're interested in, or even like accounts like say you like anime, maybe following Crunchyroll, because then you'll get recommended maybe voice actors, and then if you follow them, you'll be recommended more and more people like that. So, you know, just follow people who reflect your interests. Don't just follow random accounts. Obviously you can. This is just my advice if you want to find people with similar interests. Follow things that are your interests. But you found the little people that you want to follow. So how do you take it from I'm following these people to I'm mutuals with these people to oh, I talk to these people to I'm friends with these people? Just start interacting with their tweets. A lot of people get shy when they meet somebody they want to be friends with, so they'll almost try and stay away from them because they don't want to embarrass themselves. This is all nonsense. If you want to be friends with somebody, the first thing to do is establish a relationship. Retweet their stuff, reply to their stuff, comment on their stuff, same thing. You know, like their stuff, just go through their posts and tell them what you like about them. You know, and the more you interact with their posts, the more they'll see you. And then if you're posting similar content, they might go, oh, you post similar content to me, so I'm going to follow you back, and then you'll make a mutual. You don't have to drop into the DMs straight away and be like, hi, I really like you, can we be friends? You can do something more subtle and just let them know that you're there and let them know that you like their stuff. Because trust me, everybody appreciates that. Whenever I get a notification that I have a like on one of my tweets, it makes me so happy. And it seems really dumb, and I always check new followers. So if you've followed me on Twitter, I have checked out your account and I have checked out some of your posts, so I'm really nosy. I love seeing who's liking my stuff and I love seeing who's following me, and I think that's something you should do too, because I've actually met a lot of friends by clicking on an account that's followed me and finding out, oh, we're actually really similar, and then I reach out to them and I'm like, hi, I really like your stuff, and they're like, I really like your stuff. So, you know, it's a two-way street. You can't just expect people to always come to you. Sometimes you have to go to other people. Okay, so let's assume you've made some mutuals. You have people who you follow and they follow you back, and maybe you reply and like each other's tweets, but you don't speak privately, you don't talk in the DMs. How do you get to that level? That's a question that doesn't really have one specific answer, because it's different for each person. Some people actually aren't comfortable talking in direct messages, and that's completely fine. Some people will only want to speak on a public platform. They might be uncomfortable receiving private messages, so they may never want to speak to you in that way. And that's something you need to respect. Okay, don't cross boundaries and don't force people out of their comfort zones. However, let's say like you don't think they have a problem with DMs, they haven't said they have a problem with DMs, but you're both too embarrassed or shy to private message each other. So what do you do? Honestly, just do it. I get quite a lot of messages on my Twitter and on my Curious Cat of people saying, oh, I really want to be friends with you, but I'm too shy, or I don't know what to message you, or I don't know what to say. Just start a conversation that can be with something as simple as, hi, how are you? Or like, hey, I really like your stuff. Like, I find a good way to start conversations is by questioning the other person. I like to, especially if I like their content, I like to be like, oh, where'd you get your inspiration from? What made you want to start doing this? You know, what kind of styles do you like? What, you know, just find out more about, show a genuine interest. If you have a genuine interest in somebody, then that's a good indicator that you should be friends with them. If you don't have a genuine interest in somebody and you're just trying to befriend them to get free art or more followers, don't do that. It's probably one of the most hurtful experiences you can give to somebody. So, let's say you've been talking in the DMs for a little bit, but you're not too sure how to take it from an acquaintanceship to a friendship. I have a few pieces of advice for that, mainly etiquette based. The first one would be, don't get mad at people for not replying to you or replying late. You know, you have to remember that the person you're talking to is a real person. They have a real life, and they may not be sitting on their phone all the time. Or they may not have seen your message. And there's a lot of times where I haven't seen a message for like a couple of days and I feel super bad, but you know, sometimes these genuine mistakes can happen. But if you start to get mad at people for not replying, that'll actually put them off from talking to you, because they'll be like, oh, well, if I talk to this person and I forget to reply, they're going to blow up at me, so I'm just not going to start a conversation with them. I'm not going to talk to them. And that breaks down a relationship really quickly. It breaks down trust as well. So don't get mad at people for taking a little time to reply or not replying at all. Similarly, never force anybody to do a video call or a voice call before they're ready. Most of your online friendships will be text-based, so talking in DMs or on Skype or Discord or something. A lot of these services do provide the option to voice call or video call, and that is technically, an advancing step towards becoming better friends, but you should never force anybody to do that. A lot of people are not comfortable showing their face or letting you hear their voice if you've only known them for a little while. So please never, pester somebody and be like, oh, well, you don't trust me because you won't let me see your face. It's not nice, and you'll really struggle to make friends if you do that. So please don't. Another important thing to remember is that not everybody wants to be your friend. It can be really disheartening when you find a really cute account or a nice person and you try all these steps to try and befriend them, and you really want to be their friend but they're just not interested. In that case, you can't force it, and honestly, you just have to leave. You just have to move on. On the other hand though, a lot of friendships can be found in really unfamiliar places. So, don't turn a blind eye at people who maybe you didn't think you wanted to talk to. Friendship can be found in unlikely places. So he just pooped on my leg. Lastly, I just want to talk about being alone on social media. I know that social media is called social media, so there is the idea that you have to always be social on it, always be talking to people. But please know that it's actually perfectly okay to be alone and just to enjoy your own account and to enjoy, your own interactions with other people's posts. If you don't have a friend group on a social media, please don't feel like you're an outcast or that you're lesser than anybody else. I think it's much more important to build confidence in yourself and to build your own social media presence and personality than it is to go out and try and fish for friends. Because you'll find that as you become more comfortable in yourself and as you build more of a social media presence and you start making more of your own posts and you build this personality that people are drawn to, I find that you actually make a lot more genuine friendships that way than if you make a social media account just with the intention of fishing for friends. Because sometimes these accounts, they don't seem very genuine. Even if the people behind them are genuine, the accounts themselves can be quite empty and they don't have a lot of love or personality to them. Make an account, love it, love the stuff you post, and people will come to you. One piece of advice for anybody who's struggling to make friends online, it would probably be to have faith in yourself, be confident, and to be genuine. A lot of people online will put on a personality because they think that it'll be perceived better than their real personality, so they'll get more clout or they'll become more popular. But friendships like this don't tend to last, and it's really not a nice idea to have a friendship that's founded on a lie. Just be yourself. And if nobody else will be friends with you, me and Marilyn will be friends with you. So hit us up in the DMs. I'll send you pictures of him and we can talk about food or something. I'm always on my Twitter if you want to know what I'm doing, what I'm up to. I run polls on there. I do giveaways on there. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this has boosted your confidence a bit. Just know everybody's nervous making friends. Completely natural. Nobody hates you unless you've done something heinous and horrendous, but nobody hates you for just messaging them, so just do it. And sometimes you can get a really nice surprise. So, for me and Marilyn, thanks from the bottom of our hearts for watching, and I'll see you in a month. Hopefully sooner than that, but worst case, I'll see you in a month. Bye. Are you gonna say bye? Oh, he's coming in. Oh, he's coming in. Oh, he's coming in. Oh, he's coming in. I think I should just change my channel to me and Merlin messing around. What do you guys think? Alright, bye guys.